What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Miss Devoted Tiff, of course. I just wanted to get this out now organically because I have a lot to process, journal, write down. I am here just sharing my thoughts on Renaissance, a film by Beyoncé that I just left out of. And I had to take my glasses off for this. So if y'all saying stuff, I'm not going to be able to see it. And I will reply later. But hey, y'all. So I've basically been crying for the last 3 hours. Was not expecting that. I expected to cry for some of it. Just because, of course, major Beehive. So I was watching everyone's thoughts after the LA premiere and what have you. And so I was expecting that. But it was very overstimulating for me in the best of ways, and that's the best word I can describe, because it kept hitting me in different ways and just triggering emotion, passion, tears. And I am a crier in that usually any strong feelings typically manifest in the form of tears. So I'll cry laughing, I'll cry of joy, I'll cry of gratefulness, cry when I'm upset. So for someone like me that emotes that way, yes, I cry for basically 3 hours. And I would say the reason, well, first let me just from the top say, go see it. It's amazing. It's everything you would think of someone that is thoughtful and intentional and just skilled and talented as Beyoncé and the team of people that she brings around her. So it's worth a see. If you like to see process and if you like documentaries, it's worth the see. If you're a person that is into production, to get an up close view of the production value is also really valuable to see. If you're a fan of music and the mic being on, or just supporting Black endeavors, it's worth a go see. Or if you just like supporting opening nights of good stuff, go see. So I got that basic review out of the way. Now I'm going to talk about the review as it relates to me personally. So back to me saying I was overstimulated. I was overstimulated in so many ways because, one, as a fan and a longtime member of the Beehive, seeing her take her documentary passion to this level and letting us see and hear from her things that maybe we never have, even if we've watched every behind the scenes, every, back in the day they used to do like the following an artist while they were doing a video or at their house or something, and they would release special DVDs and VHS. I'm dating myself, I don't care. Even if you've watched every one of those, every YouTube, every soundbite, followed every Beyonce fan page, there is going to be stuff that you see in the film, her touch on or show parts of, that you probably have not seen otherwise, unless you know her or related to her on her team. So just as a member of the Beehive, just to see and hear from her in this way, I'm so grateful, because I enjoy learning more about the people that inspire me. And so I was just, wow, this is amazing that she is showing and sharing these things, and just getting to see Houston and things from back in the day. I'll try not to give away too much. So that was awesome. It overstimulated me as a creative. Wow. Just as someone that has major goals, in the writing space, in the concert choreography space, and the creative direction space, just to see creativity on that level, so inspiring. To see all the moving pieces as someone that has been a stage manager before, been a production manager before, has danced before. Just to see all those moving pieces come together, it was such a symphony. It was like, this is amazing. This is beautiful. And just her artistry, the choreographer, the dancers danced their ass off. And just knowing some of them from being from Jacksonville, having been in dance companies, or dance crews, I should say, with Amari and with Aquila, And just being a part of the art scene there, shout out to them. They represented so well and got plenty of camera time. I love that for them. But just to see all the artistry and the creativity and just her voice, oh gosh, it's just one of those moments where when you hear people say that she can't sing, it's more so like doesn't even bother me anymore, because that shows more about their ability to understand the technique of singing and recognize what good singing is. It's more about them than it does about her. When people say that she can't sing and she's overrated and all those things, it's just, okay, that tells me what I need to know about you and your ability to comprehend and appreciate things. But she really showcased her voice, and the cinematography was so in your face. And that's the other part I want to get to as far as appreciating creativity. It was similar to Hamilton in that even if you went to see it live, it's so different from a film of a stage performance. Seeing it live is so different from the film because there are angles, perspectives, there's shots that you would never see if you went live. You go live, of course, because there's nothing like live performance, right? You get that energy of the people that are also there, and you get to see them in person, breathe the same air, be in the same vicinity as artists that you're a fan of. So there's nothing that can replace it. But the film version is like, wow, like this is the best seat in the house. When you see a concert on film, it's literally the best seat in the house because there is nothing blocking you. There's no one sitting in front of you, standing in front of you. It's you and the screen is her face and the dancers, and it's like, oh my gosh, Beyonce's right in my face. So from that perspective, really was able to appreciate seeing the full stage in all its glory, and seeing her in all her glory and all the looks and everything like that. So yeah, as a creative from that side, appreciated it so much, but also as someone that has these aspirations and would dream of the day that I could create something with that budget, or not even that budget, but just like, it's like the Super Bowl of entertainment. It's like the great talent with a great team with great ideas and the budget to do it, all coming together for like this explosion. And I always appreciate Beyonce because in my mind she is the Voltron, as far as you can see what could happen if you work hard, have the talent, have the consistency, are kind, surround yourself with good people, God's favor, obviously, all comes together. You could see what it could be if you just put all of your elements together, what could happen. And so it's just like, man, I love telling stories, and I can't wait to see the stories that I like telling through dance and through writing come out in this way. Also seeing how she affects, fellow Beehive members, and just that connection. And seeing all the audience shots of them singing the words with their whole heart and soul, and seeing, people crying. And it just reminded me of those old clips of MJ. Of course, back then, fans were like passing out, and it was like nuts. So, but seeing that and seeing just the power of art and how it really can just touch people, and just seeing that play out at these shots at the concert, it's like, as an artist, it just is so aspirational, because I want my art to impact people, not necessarily to the degree of Beyonce, because she's obviously a one of one, but I'm a one of one in the ways that I'm supposed to be a one of one. And so I can't wait till the people that are supposed to be affected by my art are able to experience me, and that all comes from just going for it, dreaming it, doing it. So it's just so inspiring in that way as well. Me as an entrepreneur also was stimulated, just because it's always that work-life balance, and seeing how she maneuvers it and navigates it, and just trying to figure it all out, and finding that balance between being kind and respectful of the people you're working with, but also not being afraid to stand up in it and say, no, that's right. I mean, no, that's wrong. Yes, that's right. I hear what you're saying, but this is what needs to happen. Figure it out. And just like maneuvering it all. And it can be so hard because you don't want to seem like you're doubting everyone. But when you know that maybe they're not giving you their best answer, it's almost like when you go to the grocery store and you ask them if something that's not on the shelf, and you ask them, is it out? And they're like, if it's not on the shelf, it's probably out. Okay, so is that like your answer for sure that it's out, or do you just not want to check in the back? And so I won't give away too much, but there are scenes where she almost has to challenge people's final answer because she knows it's not their final answer. And so just seeing her navigate that, even like Beyoncé is having to deal with, people challenging her intelligence or her authority, and just seeing her deal with that was wow. And then the fourth way it stimulated me was as a woman and as a Black woman, and just being so unapologetic. A lot of times when people get to a certain level in their career, they're afraid to be too much of the Black and proud or be too much of the strong woman, because it's like, oh, she's trying to push this. But your art is an extension of what you feel inside, and that's what she feels inside. That's what she puts on the stage. And it's like, I'm Black. Like, I'm Black, and if you want me, you taking all that comes with me. And guess what? I'm Black, and I want to sing about it, and I'm gonna dance about it. And yes, my music's for everybody, but I'm Black. And so just to see her unapologetically do that in so many different ways on the tour, and always in her music, that was like, oh my gosh, I'm crying. Like I never heard the songs before, like Black Parade and My Power and all that. And I'm not even going to get into the segment with Blue. Like, I just can't do that to myself right now, because that was probably when I had to actually grab some tissue, like tears running down. So y'all just look out for the segment with Miss Blue Ivy. Our niece. Yes, we love you. We love you, Blue. So, as a Black woman, stimulated in that way. And then I resonate so much with the different types of music and dance she does, because she talks about it a bit in there, where she's, has a side of her that is the mother and wife side, and then she has her businesswoman side, and then she has her performer side. And I want to add, like, her sexy side. And it's so many layers in women. And women, I feel like, especially Black women, aren't really feel like they can be that. Like, if they like to twerk, then they must not be a professional woman. Or, if they are like soft with their man or with, their children, then they must not be able to be a boss, and they're probably a pushover in the boardroom. Or, if they, have this sultry side, then they don't know how to ever have mystique and be less is more. It's like, you can't apparently have all those things. And even through her different sets, like, her sets are sectioned. It's so crazy. Her sets are sectioned kind of like she is. Like, she has like the flirty feminine set. She has the vixen sexy set. She has the set where she's talking about Black power. She has the set where she's talking about, bossing up and being a diva. I'm a boss, I'm a strong woman. And those layers she shows in her sets, and that's like the kind of art that I like to create, that shows the different layers a woman can be. So it's like, oh, she's doing it so beautifully. So yeah, I basically cried for 3 hours. That's all I'm gonna say for now. I just wanted to do this before I left I'm literally still in the parking lot. Like, I'm literally still in the AFC parking lot. So that's my thoughts. Don't say I didn't tell you. If y'all see it tonight, or you see it over the next weeks, come back and let me know what you thought. Beyonce, if you watch this, because I know you see everything, I love you. I appreciate you sharing and making these moves and being intentional about inspiring the next gen of creatives. And I am about 2 years younger than her, so I feel like we're family at this point, because I didn't grew up with her. And even though I started my artistic journey later than life, so in artistic years, she's much more mature than me, because she's been doing it since she was a teenager. So I consider myself in the next generation of artists, and you definitely have inspired me to continue to push forward with my creativity and to be a boss and not be afraid and find that balance. So that's all, guys. Until next time, bye.